Hello, hello. Welcome to the Gig Economy Podcast, episode 251. Hope you all having a good night tonight, today, whenever the fuck you're listening to this thing. Getting right after it with the F-bombs.
Drop it right off the bat, man. Get it out of the way.
Get it out of the way. I see we have Faith in here tonight.
Faith.
She had mentioned that she doesn't have hockey tonight. She goes to every the Vegas Knights hockey, and that's not tonight, I guess. I don't know.
I think it's later.
I was like, what, they lose in the playoffs already?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I think they're still in it. I think she said she had a game later tonight.
All right. I didn't really.
Oh, well, look at that. What commitment. She skipped her nap to listen.
Wow.
To us. We feel honored, Faith.
We do feel honored.
Deeply.
Anything you want to know about the podcast, go to gigeconomyshow.com to sign up for the newsletter, to download the show, all that fun stuff. I want to thank our Patreon members, Samson, Bud, Omar, Delivery Cats, Frank, Tom, Jim, Miguel, Linda, and Jerry. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show. If you are interested in supporting the show, go to patreon.com/the Gig Econ Podcast. I got to update this. I say this every time, and I always forget. You get an extra podcast a week. We always podcast at 8-10 p.m. after the show. You get an exclusive T-shirt, ad-free episodes, so on and so forth. Go to patreon.com/the Gig Econ Podcast if you're interested in that. Join the Telegram group. Larry, why would they want to do that? Because they can talk to Faith?
They can talk to Faith. They can talk to us. They can talk to gig workers all over the country about what's going on. And I mean, you start out as somebody in the chat group, and you end up as a co-host. So I mean,
So you're saying there's a chance?
There's a chance. There's a chance. I'm living proof. So yeah, we get on there. We talk about what's hot, any new gigs that are coming up. We share tips and tricks. We vent with each other. And you get to know people a lot more than you can just listen to the podcast. So yeah, join our Telegram group and let us know what market you're in, what kind of gigs you do.
Yeah, for sure. We really like to know how you found out about the show.
For sure.
Go to TikTok and follow our page. I posted. I'm finding, just like the news, if it bleeds, it leads, and anything controversial on there, it's like. We get views, and I posted something today, and oh boy, 1,000 views just like that in less than like 8 hours. And I wasn't even that controversial, but man, people love to fight.
Oh yeah, for sure. You put something, just feel good story on there. It doesn't draw like something that's controversial.
Yeah, we're actually going to talk about it tonight about DoorDash locking people out. So that was the gist of the controversial TikTok, but we'd really like to grow that. We're almost at 500. We're like 2 away. So my God, if you're listening to this right now, go like it, follow it. So
share it,
whatever. Stories from the road. Shocker. Jason, no gig work. I don't even know if I should promise this. Megan's working this weekend. I got nothing. I am working for the old people, but it's in the evening. There's really nothing going on. It's supposed to be cold this weekend. We're going to hit a cold front, and I don't have a lot to do outside, so I might be doing some gig work this week.
Yeah, and while you're doing that gig work in that cold weather, you can be wearing your snazzy Mr. B's hoodie that should be there by then.
I know. I was hoping that it was going to be here for tonight, but it'll be here for this weekend, and maybe I'll do a video in it. But I'm excited for that.
Yeah,
but
so yours should be getting there, and mine, meanwhile, is in St. Louis at my son's house.
Oh, is that who picked it up?
The XL. Well, the one that I got for you and my original one was my son in Lexington, Kentucky.
That's what I thought.
But then they were out of the regular XL there, so I had to have it sent to my other son who lives in St. Louis.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Yeah, Bubba Sue, me and Jason both got sweatshirts. I actually have one for sale that's a 2XL because they suggested on there that to get one size up. So I, stupid me, followed their directions, and it was way too big.
Well, I mean, I've noticed with shoes, they're starting to do that. And it is true. I have been following that, which normally I would be like, I've been a 9.5 since 8th grade.
Yeah.
But some of these shoes are starting to say that. So it's not crazy. And the only reason I didn't, Larry's like, hey, I only can get one 2XL or they have an XL. I was like, what? screw it. Just get me an XL. It'll be fine. I'll deal with it.
Yeah, so it looks like they just keep like one or two of each size at the stores, and then they have to resupply or something. But
Yeah,
yeah,
they're out though. They're done. It's done. May
is
May
it,
9th was the last day was,
well,
or
that's the
May
last
8th.
day they were giving the money because I didn't order mine until like the 11th.
Oh, really? So
The
it is.
XL, they're still available. Last I checked, but it's supposedly just the end of the giving the money. But I'm sure he's probably, as long as they're still available, I'm sure they're probably still giving the money.
Yeah,
But
you
I
said
looked,
you were. Go ahead.
yeah, last time I looked, they were still in there.
So I just clicked on the link
Mm-hmm.
now. Nothing. It's got like buy this hoodie, but then it's
Mm-hmm.
not linked anywhere.
Let me see if I can find anything on
Yeah,
around here like
maybe if
I
I do
I
pick
did
up,
earlier.
maybe if it'll do it that way.
Yeah, pick up DoorDash. Well, not here because they don't have any here, but
Yeah, it's not even. It's showing up like on the header of the website, but
Mhm.
then usually there was like
Well,
some.
do a search at the top for DoorDash hoodie. That's
Oh,
what I had to do,
okay. Well,
or for Mr. Beast hoodie.
all right. Here we go.
Yeah, see, I'm still showing a bunch in Lexington.
Where the fuck is the search button?
It's at the mine's at the very top.
I literally have not a search button. I have a delivery address.
Oh, yeah, mine's right to the left of the delivery address.
Oh, browse all. Hold
Yeah,
on.
mine just says search DoorDash, but
Oh, it's making me. Fuck you. I don't want to sign up. Yeah, it's making me sign in.
oh yeah, forget
Like, I
that.
can't.
Yeah.
I ain't doing
Yeah,
that.
forget it. But anyway, they are still available. I'm showing they're still
Okay.
available in Lexington, in St. Louis. So yeah, I think you can get it, even though it said cutoff was May 9th.
Yeah, Larry's selling 2XL. He'll only charge you double what you could pay for it online.
No,
But
seriously, if you need a 2XL, Mr. B's DoorDash hoodie, shoot me a message.
I might press our logo on with it if we send it to you.
That's right. Superimpose it on top there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So stories from the road. I have none. So like I said,
Okay, Jesper.
I know it's so bad. I got to look back at my my Spark and see when the last time I actually worked was.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can bring it up. Oh, Spark. I didn't write this down anywhere, but I now have to send them a picture of my
The real ID. Yeah.
So
I
when I try to log on this weekend. So the last time I got paid, why did I get paid a random? What the fuck? I got a $60 incentive.
Huh?
For what? Oh, I bet I know what it was.
Who cares? I mean, as long as you got it, right?
Well, it's so random. They paid it on April 16th.
Yeah.
Okay, the last time I officially got paid was the week of April 7th through the 13th. That's the last time I worked. $60. So I wonder, I don't know what it is. Oh, I wonder if it was the alcohol testing. So I took a test through the Whitecaps and I uploaded my certificate, but it didn't say I was going to get the money because I think you had to go through their class, but I think I got it.
It looks like it.
Well, shit. Sorry, I got a little excited there. I mean, random $60. I mean,
hey, yeah, I mean, I'll do an alcohol class for $60.
Yeah, I mean, get on Spark.
Yeah,
see if it's available for you. But anyways, sorry about that, Larry. Last week of College Kids.
Yeah, so yeah, last week was last week of school here at Western Kentucky University for the semester. So I always hate to see it because rideshare really slows down when the kids are gone, and so I have to do more of that, food delivery stuff.
You gotta be slumming.
I'm be slumming, man, slumming. And maybe I'll actually try to log into Spark now. But yeah, it was a good week. Thursday night, they have their big all together kind of graduation Thursday night, and then the individual colleges have a graduation Friday. But a lot of parents in town last Thursday, a lot of people going out to eat with their parents, and then going out, dropping the parents off the hotel as they go out to drink.
Yeah, for sure. Any stories, or is just
nothing crazy? Yeah, it was pretty chill. Everybody was happy about graduation, having a good time. So yeah, nothing crazy.
I mean, which is great, by the way. I mean, we want this, we want the dirt, we want the stories, but do we really want the stories?
No, uneventful night is a good night ride share. Yeah. I mean, I did get guy asked me, two guys, you can tell they were there for their son's graduation. They're probably mid-50s. They were going back. And I picked them up from like a house party. They'd been drinking for sure. And taking them back to their hotel. He's like, "Hey, would you mind stopping in the convenience store?" It wasn't so busy that I was like, "No, I can't stop." So yeah, I'll do that. Dude tipped me. I mean, they were in and out, and I think they were going in to get more beer, and it was after time that they don't sell beer anymore. In the
Oh,
convenience
okay.
store, and so they were in and out pretty quick. And dude tipped me $20.
Damn.
Yeah, I was like, "Hey, appreciate you, man. Really, really do." He's like, "I appreciate you stopping." So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
it's
always
nice when they
surprising.
take care of you like that.
Yeah, it's always surprising the ones that do and the ones that don't tip.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? You just never
Yeah, the ones
expect
you
it.
really like, "Oh, they're gonna," and then, if they tell you they're gonna give you a tip,
You ain't
usually
getting
you're
shit.
not getting much anything. And then the
Yeah.
next day, Friday, I looked at my Uber phone, and it had because I use a separate phone just for Uber work, and it
Yep.
stays in the car pretty much. I had a message from Uber. Passenger thinks they may have left something in your car. So I start searching all around in my car, and find one of those big vapes, the big rectangular ones, and found that under my seat. So I was like, well, I guess this is it. So I call, gives me the number to call back the customer, and I call it. It's like, hey, I just want to call you back. I found your vape. She says, oh no, that's not actually ours. We actually found what we thought we had lost in your car. And
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, oh, okay, well, glad you found it. So nobody claimed the vape. So it just went in the trash.
Yeah, why are some vapes like it looks like you're smoking on R2D2
Yeah, it's
and
like
and
a
then some of them
credit
are just
card
very
size.
tiny and discreet.
Yeah,
Uh,
I am not. That's not my forte.
yeah.
The
I
vapes.
didn't fit it was more rhetorical
Yeah,
because
no,
I didn't figure you'd know.
I understand, but yeah, some of them are. Some of them are about that big, and thick. Size of like a deck of cards or something, and then
Yeah.
some of them are just these little tiny things. I don't
Unless
know.
it's like more product or something, I don't know.
You
Who knows?
The kids know.
The kids
Damn,
know.
damn kids.
Um, all right, gig economy in the news. So kind of a hodgepodge of stuff tonight. DoorDash
Yeah.
announces, like again, moving and shaking these companies. Announces a 1.2 billion seven
Hmm.
rooms deal. They did miss their revenue, like the quarterlies are coming out.
Yeah.
So it is a acquisition of a restaurant booking platform, Seven Rooms. I don't know why they would need that. I think it's overseas again.
Yeah, it is. I
Um,
believe overseas.
but it's a New York City based data thing, but it's a oh, maybe it isn't overseas. I don't know, it doesn't matter. So it's funny, they were like they fell below their expectations. So the
Mhm.
earnings per share 44 cents versus 39 cents. So it's like they didn't fall that much.
Right.
And the revenue was 3.03 billion versus 3.09 billion that they expected. So I mean,
Yeah.
I would look at like that as a win. I mean, you're still in the
Yeah.
billions, y'all.
Yeah. With a B. That's with a B.
Yeah, beep billions. They believe that Seven Rooms and Deliveroo will expand, which we talked about, I think, last week or the week
Right.
before.
Yep.
Our
Last week.
ability to grow ability to build a world class services that
Mhm.
increases our potential to grow local commerce and support our financial goals. So first quarter revenue of, even though it was down, was up 21% from a year ago. See, that's fucking wild.
Yeah.
That's a huge gain. Like they should be applaud themselves. Like in a year, we're up
Yeah.
21% from the
Yeah.
quarter a year ago.
Yeah. It's a lot of growth, man. That's
That's
a
a lot of
lot of
growth.
growth.
Um, yeah. As much as I shit on DoorDash, they're doing stuff right, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, they're going like gangbusters. Like I said, buying up these companies or merging or doing deals with these different companies. And they are definitely moving and shaking.
Yeah. I mean, there's I recorded a bunch of TikToks,
Mhm.
but there's a lot that's changed in this last week with DoorDash, and we'll talk about one of them later. But
Yeah.
yeah, for me, it doesn't feel like it's for the best, but
Yeah. Well,
clearly they're doing something right.
yeah. It usually isn't for the best when we talk about these
It's not
companies.
for the best for us, depending
Never the
on who
best
you
for
ask.
us.
Well,
Never the best.
depending on who you ask, what kind of dasher you are, according
Yeah.
to the TikTok.
Yep. Yep. No doubt. No doubt.
Larry, this was an interesting statement.
Yeah. So this story came out about Uber CEO saying that Apparently Uber passengers in Austin, Texas can't get enough of the Waymo robo taxi. Apparently they have about 100 or so Waymo vehicles operating on Uber's platform in Austin. And Dara said that these 100 vehicles are now busier than over 99% of all of the human drivers in Austin in terms of how many trips they complete in a day. And I mean, that part, it surprised me a little, but not a ton, because you have to think about, these cars, they don't have to, they don't have to stop and take a break for lunch. They don't have to stop and go to the bathroom, things like that. I mean, the only thing they really have to stop, I guess, for is to charge if they're, the electric vehicles. But, Austin's really become a hot spot for autonomous vehicles. Uber started offering the Waymo vehicles back in March, and Tesla is going to come in with its own robo taxi service in June of this year. Of course, Uber drivers there are pretty worried about how it's going to affect them with all these autonomous cars coming in. They say they can see that they're making less money overall. It also talks in this article about how Uber's, originally they had plans to build their own robo taxis. They spent a lot of money in R&D for that, and then they finally decided to give that up and just partner with other companies. And so they have deals with 18 different autonomous vehicle companies right now to offer their vehicles on the Uber app, which includes Volkswagen and Waymo in the United States, and overseas WeRide and one called Pony AI over in Europe and the Middle East. When they released their first quarter earnings, Dara said that self-driving cars are the single greatest opportunity ahead for Uber, adding that the company is laser focused on adding as many robo-taxis as it can to the Uber platform. So they're coming for us.
Yeah, they flipped the script. Obviously, they wanted to do it themselves, which I just called bullshit on. So now they're partnering up with companies, which why did they even try to attempt it? They probably were like, oh, we'll try to attempt it. And then they're like, God, this is a lot more complicated than we expected.
Yep.
And for once, they're trying not to do something. They're trying to sub it out, which is probably a better fit for most people.
I think so. Yeah. But again, like we talk about every week, autonomous is coming. It's not going to take over all rides are not going to be autonomous for sure, but they're doing more and more all the time.
I would say I'm not concerned about it. I've never been concerned, but I'm like, yeah, in the next year or two, we're going to see it I bet we'll see it in Michigan.
Like I said, I mean, it's right down the road from me here in Nashville.
Yeah. I mean, change your strategy, y'all. I mean, especially if you're in a major city, if you're in rural area, not rural, but even suburbia, I think you're going to be okay for a while.
Yeah.
And we'll
definitely
talk about
take longer.
An article about Uber trying to get out to the suburbs about that, because there's not a lot of drivers out there. But it's definitely here. I think it's here to stay. Although I am really interested. I cannot wait till Elon's stupid 2-passenger. I think it will be hot for a little bit, and then people will realize. I mean, I guess let me ask you: if you were going to go out on a date with your wife, you'd probably take the cyber cab, right? Over
at least the first, the first time to experience. But
take the novelty out of it.
Yeah, technology. I mean, I probably would. I mean, it all depends on. At that point, after the novelty wears off, it all depends on who's cheaper.
Yeah, for sure. I just want to shout out Steve. He's from Ride Your Rodeos out on TikTok. Thanks for joining there. Appreciate it. But yeah, I think if it was just me and my wife, I don't know. It looks super futuristic, but yeah, I think at that point after the novelty, I'd be like, hey, who's got the cheapest price?
That's right.
So
yeah, Faye said that the self-driving cars there in Vegas are only on the strip, not in the neighborhoods yet.
Yeah.
So yet being the keyword.
COOX. That's like the van, right? Like
the Volkswagen.
Is it? No. I don't think it's a Volkswagen, or it might be. I think there's one called that's more of like a minivan, like a box van.
Oh,
box van.
Okay, it's it's Zoox is a purpose-built autonomous vehicle designed for riders, not drivers. I guess that is the company name, Zoox.
Yeah, but it's like a van, right?
Yes, I believe so.
I'm surprised we haven't seen many articles about that. You know, we perused the
Yeah,
news.
it's pretty cool looking.
Yeah, it looks like a zebra, right?
A zebra.
Or am I thinking of another one?
I think you're thinking of just Google it real quick. It's got the big like glass doors on the side, and then has people sitting both directions. You're facing each other. Cut seats facing frontward and backward.
Maybe I don't. Let's see.
Oh
yeah, I see it.
Yeah, you've seen it before, I'm sure.
Yeah, I have. There's another one that kind of looks like a zebra, or has the zebra like not covering, but what am I trying to?
Yeah, color scheme.
Yeah, whatever the zebra wrap on it, not the paint. But
they said it's like in a ride in an amusement park. Do you have to be so tall?
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd want to face somebody that if you were in it, that like again, like that seems like more of a shared ride. I don't know how many can fit in there, but yeah, that seems a little weird. Now, if it was a couple you're going out with, that'd be a fucking riot if it was people that think about like in when we drive people around and you got the tablet back there and that one person gets left out, and it's just like with everyone facing each other, they're hooting and hollering, they're having a grand old time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know some of these new minivans they got out too are been able their seats can swivel around, like the captain seats can swivel around
all the way.
I mean, that I had that back in the 80s, but I mean, this, they kind of got rid of that kind of style of
for
van
a while,
but it's kind of coming back.
Yeah,
not the big boxy part, but the more flexibility of like moving seats and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
All right, Amazon driver flying down a dirt road, and I'm gonna show this, and how dare you be mad at him because he's trying to get his shit done. So here is that video.
Coming now. Look how fast he's flying down here. That's crazy.
Down, 5 miles an hour. Excuse me. You got a delivery here? Yeah, good. Well, you got pictures.
Davion Penn. Which company you work for? Sipster?
Oh, man,
no, you are going, this is posted right there, 5 miles an hour. There's children. Bro. I got you on video. You're screwed. Kids.
Okay. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I thought it would mark. So first of all, I was in Michigan. I saw the Michigan plate.
Yeah.
Second of all, fuck your 5 miles an hour. Okay. I can't, I can idle in my electric car, but if you're in a regular, like, combustible engine car, you cannot even freaking idle at, no, what am I trying to say? Like, not putting on the gas. I'm going to go faster than 5 miles an hour.
It's tough. I mean, I know up Main Street that kind of cuts through the middle of campus is 15 miles an hour, and that's tough to do. 15.
One of my areas where I pick up kids is technically it's a private drive, even though there's a ton of fucking homes in it. And it says 15, and I'm in the bus. I'm like, I ain't doing 15. I'm doing 25. That's the freaking speed limit. And I do follow the 25. I got a lot of residentials.
Sure.
But yeah, 5 miles an hour. But dude, that guy was
he was hauling ass.
Well, I don't know if he was hauling, but the potholes were so bad. Yeah. And this is a true representation of if you don't own the equipment, people
you don't care. Shit. Yeah, if that was your own vehicle, you would not be doing that.
If that was my own vehicle, I would have said I can't deliver this package.
Yeah.
Because that was wild.
Yeah, that was some seriously bumpy road there.
Now, dude, when I tell you this is what the rural roads look like when we deliver in the spring, and this is why I don't want to take my car down that.
Yeah, I believe it. I understand it.
No, I ain't gonna be doing that. I'd be creeping, and not because I want to honor that lady's 5 mile an hour. I just don't want my car to get swallowed.
Yeah, you don't want to destroy it, get it destroyed, hitting those
but
potholes.
It's just a true representation of like, hey, we got to get this shit delivered. But
things to do.
Thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Next up, so Larry, you want to explain that?
Yeah. So we talked about this story before a week or so ago. It was about a DoorDash driver, I believe, who got he couldn't find he was looking for the right address. And we all know sometimes it's hard. It's hard to find. People don't have their address posted. And so this guy pulled into, unfortunately, the wrong driveway. And a guy came out and was yelling at him to get off his property. And the guy started popping off rounds and ended up hitting the guy. Luckily, it did not kill him. And it turns out the guy that did the shooting was some kind of official for the town. I never did find out exactly what he did. But yeah, this video, I mean, and it was obviously when you see the video, you can see it was just bad luck that this shot hit somebody because he was not aiming. He was.
Go!
So he just, I mean, he didn't really aim. He just kind of shot at the car. So I do have an update. I dug in a little bit of that story. Well, I happenstance, I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Guy's phone was dead.
Oh no.
So remember we had said, we were like, why didn't you call the customer? Why didn't you look at the maps? Apparently his phone died, which is fucking on him. Like,
yeah. Why are you out?
Why are you?
How's your phone dying when you're delivering stuff?
Right. Obviously you don't have a charger or whatever, but why are you even trying to flirt with? I mean, I would be so nervous that it would die on the way and then I wouldn't know where to go. And at that point you should have just went home. If once it died and you didn't know where it was, just go home and plug it in. And I don't know, but I'm not victim shaming him. That guy was a complete lunatic.
Yeah, I mean, that first shot, it was just kind of into the ground. But that second shot, I mean, he did it quick. But, I mean, it looked like, I mean, he was definitely, it was in the direction of the car. And that had to have been the shot that hit that guy. Because the first one was definitely just kind of into the ground.
Yeah. And I don't understand. That guy should be charged. Like, the guy's not even, that's 400 yards away.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he wasn't anywhere close. He was no danger. He was presenting no danger to anyone.
Yeah. People is what, like, I'm, I have guns. I'm pro, weapons.
Mm-hmm. Sure, we both
are. You gotta be responsible. That's not being responsible.
No, that's not responsible at all. You go out there. He didn't know what he's shooting at, who he's shooting at. He didn't know anything.
It could have been his kid's friend.
Yeah, sure, yeah. I mean, it's one thing to come out. If maybe he's had some bad experiences. Maybe his house has been robbed before, or something like that, which is fine. There's nothing wrong coming out there with a gun and saying, hey, you need to leave. But just to pop off shots like that and ran, kind of the general direction of people, you definitely hope he got charged and is going.
Yeah, Bubba Sue said he believed he was charged. Yeah, that's not responsible gun.
Not at all.
How can you even be threatened at that point?
Yeah, the dude was so far away unless he had a sniper rifle down there.
Right. I'm totally fine if he wanted to even sit on his porch with his pistol. Yeah. I'm fine with that.
You're nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing
totally
wrong with
fine,
that. But you can't be firing off shots. That's where you cross the line.
Yeah, that's irresponsible.
Yes.
Stupid dick.
Yeah. No doubt.
Make everyone else look bad. Okay, so Larry earlier talked about the We Ride, which is the autonomous vehicle, but Uber and We Ride expand strategic partnership to bring autonomous vehicles to 15 more cities. Apparently they launch in Abu Dhabi and soon Dubai. They're really trying to push everywhere other than China and the US. I don't hear much about China. I know, honestly, it's kind of a side note. They got some badass electric cars in China.
Yeah.
Like they are crushing us. And the prices are affordable. They have electric cars in stations that you go and they drop the battery down and they put a new one in there. That's fresh. Like we are just shitting the bed on cars with that.
Yeah.
It's so bad. I'm so frustrated. I want some of those cars so bad, and the tech in there is fucking amazing. But anyways, so yeah, so they're trying to grow it a little bit, and says today's announcement's one of the biggest partnerships of its kind ever announced. A significant milestone towards realizing the promise of autonomous mobility in more places around the world, said Dara, we don't pronounce his last name, CEO of Uber. By leveraging the Uber's global scale operational expertise and leading marketplace technology, we are thrilled to partner with cutting edge AV companies like WeRide to help them commercialize their vehicles and bring benefits of autonomy to more rides. So honestly, pushing autonomous cars, it's just to make more money, right? Like it literally, that's all. They don't care about the safety.
Yeah, no, it's just the bottom line. It's just
because if you're not paying a driver, then you're making more. I mean, they're already, screwing us.
Yeah.
But don't let them fool you. And I think most competent people know that it's about the money. It's not about the safety. They, maybe some random engineer wants more safety, but they just want to get paid more money.
Yep, all about the money, stockholders and.
I'm about this. I mean, I think it would be cool to own a car. Like how, like it's like taking passive income to the next level.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I really am excited for the safety. I shouldn't say I'm not terrified. I drive every day, but I mean, I've been so blessed to not be involved in a really bad wreck. I know my wife was when she was younger, like a T-bone, the car was upside down and she miraculously didn't have any injuries.
Oh wow, she's lucky.
But yeah, I'm all for the safety.
Yep.
I want things to be safer, and honestly, at some point they will be safer.
Yeah. Like we said, the software is getting better all the time. AI is getting better all the time, and people are just getting stupider.
Well, we got smartphones now. It is getting.
That's right.
What do they say? Some statistic. It was like 1.1 million. Now maybe that just take it with a grain of salt. 1.1 million die every year in car accidents. Doesn't that seem like so much?
Yeah. That's
I don't know, because usually Michigan it'll be. Shut up. Usually a big. I know. As soon as I said that, Faith, I was like, damn it, I shouldn't have.
Cat's out of the bag now.
Usually Michigan, they'll say like we've had like 900 fatalities this year, so it's 1.1 million. Maybe that's worldwide. I don't know.
Let's see.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll Google it, but I know things are getting safer, and I'm about the safety of not dying in a car, because that sounds horrible. I tell my wife, if it's bad, if you roll up on it, it's bad. Just put your foot on my neck. Just, I don't want to live like all fucked up for the rest of my life.
Yeah. So in 2023, it says 40,901 people died in motor vehicle traffic crashes in the United States. All right, which was a 4.3% decrease from the year
that's good. What was worldwide? Can you Google that part?
Yeah, approximately 1.19 to 1.35 million people die in car accidents worldwide each year.
Well, we got to remember, we're like so obsessed with safety in the United States. And I'm sure you've traveled out of the country, not Canada. Canada does count, but it's hard to tell in vacation Mexico, because usually they whisk you to the resort and you never leave. But I did a few mission trips back in the day to like poor Mexico. Oh, they ain't nobody wearing a fucking seatbelt or a car seat.
Oh yeah. There's any kind of traffic signs are just suggestions.
Yeah, it's running and gunning when you in different countries. So it doesn't. So 1.1 million, I guess, doesn't seem so bad.
So that's crazy. So that approximately 3,700 people a day is what that comes out to.
It's wild.
Yeah, it is, because you have 200 people dying in a horrible airplane crash, and everybody's like, "Oh, I'm never flying again."
I know. And it's the convenience. I mean, it's not. What am I trying to say?
In airplanes, I think most of it's a lack of control. You're a passenger. You have no. I mean, if you're riding and somebody else is driving, you don't have much control either in a car. But
and I think it's because in an airplane crash, pretty much everyone dies.
Yeah.
You got a chance with airbags and technology in the car. Like,
yep.
That's why I tell him, if you're scared of flying, you better not drive.
Yeah.
You'd be safer in a plane. But
Yep.
yeah, I don't know. It's crazy to think. Although if you Google how many people die of heart disease every year, it'll be like 4,000 or 5,000 or something crazy. Oh, we're getting the numbers out, aren't we? You're going to Google that now. Like, so when you really think about it, like, yeah, 3,700 a day, but like how many people die a day of like heart disease?
Well, cardiovascular disease,
Okay.
estimated 17.9 million people die each year.
Worldwide?
Yeah.
Holy shit. That's 17 times more than cars.
Yeah. 17.9 million.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's the leading cause of death in the United States, and I'm sure many other places as well.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. So in 2022, when there was 50,000 car deaths, there were 695,000 people dying from cardiovascular disease.
That's wild. We love our food, don't we?
We do, man.
That's one thing, coming from like my dogs are scrapping in here.
Yeah.
Coming from caveman times when they ate like, just shit from the earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, they died from getting eaten by an animal, but man, they were healthy. That when people say, eat stuff that's like real food, like
everything in a grocery store is processed pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, it is hard to not, I know they have statistics out, but I think 85 to 90% of the stuff in a grocery store is super processed.
Yeah, and we're not strict on it.
No.
Overseas they're a lot stricter. So
yeah.
Anyways, this isn't a diet podcast by
RFK is going to take care of that though.
Oh yeah, didn't he just say something? Don't take medical advice from me, something like that. He made a statement.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't keep up with it.
All right, Larry, Uber restates their threat to leave Colorado unless Pelosi
says
the rideshare bill.
Says they are still threatening to leave Colorado if the governor signs his bill, even though it got pared down a bunch from what it originally was. They took out a lot of the most kind of stringent regulations that they had. So, but they said that they didn't strip it down enough. So,
oh wow,
the original one, the original bill called for audio and video recording of all trips, with the rideshare companies providing the dash cam equipment for drivers. A ban on any drivers offering or providing snacks or water to passengers.
They left that in there?
No, this is the original one.
Okay, gotcha.
So mandatory safety screenings of drivers every 6 months and more stringent verifications that the person behind the wheel is actually the person the account belongs to. So here's the changes that they made during the final days of the session, which happens a lot with in any level of government. They're wheeling and dealing, and they change a bunch of stuff at the last second before people can raise Cain, and then they vote it through. So here's the changes that they made. Video and auto recording would be optional, which it is now. I mean, passengers can only bring a civil suit against a rider or driver or rider in instances of sexual assault, kidnapping, personal injury, and death, with any other issues going to arbitration. A driver would need to notify a rideshare company within 48 hours of any guilty plea for an offense that would disqualify them from driving. And if the driver did not report this, then the company would not be liable. So it's covering their ass.
Right.
Specified it says the water and food ban would be enforced through random compliance checks. Companies don't offer him, man. He's from Uber. Don't give him no water.
Right.
Companies could remove driver ratings and reviews they believe are bias motivated. So Uber said that in an email they sent out to riders back on April 23rd, said the conditions of this bill would make it impossible to operate in the state. Specifically called the requirements for the recording and invasion of riders' privacy, and said the prohibition on drivers giving out food and drink would create unworkable conditions with impractical requirements, and predicted the whole thing would lead to frivolous lawsuits that would drive up costs. So they're still saying that if the governor signs the bill, even with these changes, that they're gonna vacate Colorado. And again, if y'all don't remember us talking about this bill a few weeks ago, it was brought or introduced by State Representative Jenny Wilford, who was in a who claimed she was actually sexually assaulted by a driver who was using somebody else's account in 2024. So, she's definitely got personal dog in this hunt.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with the safety, like, and we've talked about a billion times, like, what can they do? And I don't, and I think cameras is the right route. I understand why Uber's still fighting it, because if they give them an inch, they're gonna take a mile. You know what I mean? And if they set a precedent, like just like how hard they fought with Prop 22 in California. Now look what happened. We got something in Massachusetts. You got something in Seattle. Like, it rolls downhill. And so I understand why they're fighting it.
Yeah.
I've thought about it more and more since that original story. I think the dash cam thing is a really smart move. Other than like me not having access to it, I just think it's, I mean, because we're pro dash cam, right? So I think it's,
definitely 100%.
I think it's just a better move. I mean, honestly, if you had a predator that maybe wasn't intoxicated but is a predator, if he saw a dash cam in there and knew it was getting uploaded to the cloud, he's gonna move on. I mean, maybe not, but I think he would.
It would certainly be a detriment to some people.
Yeah, it's
we all know
nothing's going to be 100%.
Right, nothing's 100% because there's people that will come up and look at a camera and then steal something while they're looking at the camera.
Yeah,
we had stuff like all sorts of stuff happen when I was working at the city. We had about 300 cameras through different city buildings and all sorts of stuff. And people, I mean, they were looking right at the camera. They knew the cameras. I mean, they knew they were there, and they still, they didn't care. I mean, obviously we never had anything as bad as somebody getting murdered or anything like that, but still, but some people just don't care.
But even if it improved it by 25,
if it helps, it helps. Yeah, it's definitely help. And we all, we've preached on that since the beginning. Don't be driving or doing any kind of gig work without a dash cam. It's just going to help protect you.
And we talked about this. Does Lyft? No, not Lyft. I read your name. I have on TikTok, Lifting with Larry. Does Van True have a uploadable cloud? I mean, we're kind of ride and die in Van True because they've come through for Larry and I. They've offered us free cameras for
they don't have. I haven't found a great model that I like. Some of their early ones that do upload were just single camera.
Oh, okay. See, that's the problem.
Yeah, and that was the problem. But they're introducing a lot of new stuff right now, so I may have to revisit that and see if I can get a hold of a good 2-cam or 3-cam Van True model that uploads to the cloud.
And before anyone responds, I know there are other companies that offer that, but we're kind of like, we like Van True, and I get it. It probably costs money, but honestly, if Van True is like, hey, it's $5 a month to upload it to the cloud, I would just pay it.
Oh yeah, I would too. Yeah. And if you find another model that you like better, go for it. We're not.
Absolutely.
This is what we recommend when people ask us, because we do get people that ask us for a recommendation. But if you find something you like and works for you, more power to you. It doesn't matter what model is it, as long as it works and stay when you need it.
And lock your videos in, right, Larry?
Lock your videos in, or offload them before you've driven enough to overwrite them.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you have to have a giant card in there. Otherwise, I mean, with it being, well, mine's a 3 camera, but I only run the 2. Yeah. It overrides it quick. So you got to like pull that out that night or lock it in so that you can do it later. So
I think I get about 12, 13 hours, I think, before it overwrites.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I think that's correct. But last time I went to pull something, Jason referring to it. I literally, when he reminded me, I brought my camera in, and it was like the very next ride after what I was wanting to pull off of there. And it's back when a girl left her drawers in my car.
Oh my gosh.
And so I do have it the next ride where, like, after I dropped that person off, I'd like put them in my console. I pull them out, lay them out, and take the picture, to send to Uber. I lay them out on the seat.
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious.
Things we do.
I'm stupid, as you know. And somehow, no, not that one. God damn it. I want the Waymo video. I swear I download this shit and
It
I have
disappears.
all of them, but then I'm looking. Give me a second. I can rip it, but I'm looking for it and I don't see it. So give me a second here.
Yeah, we'll just talk amongst ourselves.
Because it's actually not a this video has no sound. That's fine. I don't give a shit. It's actually pro Waymo, which I don't know why I'm deciding to post it on here, but
well, I mean, we got to throw them a bone every now and then.
Well, it's pro-ish.
Yeah.
It's pro-ish.
Yeah.
Because when you watch what they do, okay, it's uploading the StreamYard here.
All right.
There we go. Processing. So for people that are listening, obviously Waymo in the news, which I'll hit this. Waymo in the news. So they we're trying to we mock it like it's our mission to destroy them, but actually we're not.
No, we're really hoping that that it's available in our get together in Nashville next month. I know they're down there. I've seen pictures on Reddit of people taking pictures of the Waymo cars in Nashville, but we don't know if they're still just out mapping the city as they do for a while before they introduce service. But we're really hoping we're able to take one. I'd like to see one navigating Broadway down there, man.
Right. Okay, so this one you're going to see, there's no sound, I don't think, but you're going to see it kind of sitting there and you're wondering what's happened, but it's about 36 seconds and you'll see it at the end. So I don't know if we're not muted. So yeah, it's all busy in the left lane and the Waymo,
and it needs to merge is what.
Well, we don't know that.
Right. Yeah.
We don't know that until the end. You know that. The spoiler alert. So it's just driving around.
Driving.
It's gonna do the zipper merge. Right here.
Yeah. Boop. Nice.
It right in. Yeah. So that's the thing. Is it being a dick? I mean, that he's literally. So like we talk about it, I don't know. You know what the zipper merge is?
Yes. Yeah. That's what you're supposed to do. It's the best way.
Yeah. It's the best way. But the problem is no one does it here. And if you're in that left lane flying down, like people will be vigilante and they'll pull their
in front of you
out and it's dangerous. So I don't even fuck with it. I don't. I mean, maybe if I was in my older car, I would.
Yeah.
But so that's the thing that I bet people were pissed at that Waymo that he snuck. I mean, he did what he snuck right in there.
Yeah. He didn't jerk right in front of anybody. He didn't cause anybody to have to slow down. That opening was there and he just merged right in it. That's how you're supposed to do with the zipper merge. And if everybody does that, traffic flows a lot better.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious. We have this entrance exit ramp that you literally do the zipper merge. Like, people are just going out of the highway and off. Everyone fucking does it. But when it comes to construction, no one will. They're like, no, you're not gonna get ahead of me. It's like everybody's fucking ego gets in the way. It's
And people get in the left lane like 2 miles before the lane shuts down.
Right, and you're causing the GD backup. Yeah. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
so frustrating.
Yeah, that's why we need autonomous cars. We don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, they'll cut right in. They don't give a shit.
Yep.
Oh shit balls. Again. I found another article. Where did oh my God. Hang on. All right. Why don't you, let's go to yours and I'm going to search for this one, the Uber Black. I have a video, so that'll give me time to do it.
Okay. Yeah. You can play the video.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about it a little bit?
Yeah. So, this is in Detroit at the Metro Airport, Detroit Metro Airport. Apparently there's a dispute going on between the airport and Uber about fees that the airport saying are not getting paid. The drivers are saying they're paying them twice. They're paying it to Uber and to the airport authority. But apparently the airport authority is not letting Uber Black pick up from the airport until they get this resolved. And so you got all these Uber Black drivers not happy and not working.
Uber Black drivers tell me they got this alert on Wednesday, the company telling them they are no longer able to pick up passengers here at Detroit Metro Airport effective immediately. In that same alert, Uber instructing these drivers to reach out to the Wayne County Airport Authority with questions or concerns.
This is our full-time business. This is our income that we're looking to make, and now we've suddenly been shut down.
Joseph Syarkis is one of those drivers we met waiting in the airport's rideshare holding lot. He says before the shutdown alert, the only way Uber Black drivers could pick up passengers is by paying $10 for each ride.
the authorities have put it on us to pay $10 every time we approach a passenger for a pickup. So we're essentially double paying. Uber's still taking $10, but we've also paid $10 now on top of every ride that we've done.
We have no contract. We are independent contractor. We are 1099. We cannot pay for insurance. We cannot pay for the car. We cannot do nothing. We cannot make a living.
Even passengers are unable to request an Uber Black or SUV from the airport. After choosing to confirm the ride, this alert pops up saying Uber Black rides are not available. So everyone standing around right now is just waiting for work. I mean, clearly you guys can't work right now.
Correct.
We reached out to Wayne County Airport Authority. A representative responded saying they're negotiating a dispute with Uber pertaining to unpaid airport access fees and cannot comment further on the relationship between Uber and its drivers. Meanwhile, a spokesperson for Uber emailed us saying the $10 driver fee is managed through an outdated coupon book system. We've long called for the airport to modernize that system. And, well, now the Uber Black ban concerning normal UberX drivers, worried they'll be charged a fee or banned next while already dealing with low pay.
It's just like a domino. Once you get the domino and it starts falling, they'll say, "Oh, we're going to get these guys here now for $10," and they don't pay us much.
In the meantime, a waiting game for Uber Black drivers, hoping the airport and Uber can come to an agreement fast.
I will handle my private business that I built up my own clientele over time now. But Uber, all these years has kept us busy, and that's how we make our living.
Tanisha Cordell, Fox 2 News.
Yeah. So, I mean, we always talk about not putting all your eggs in one basket. And this is a good reason why. You never know when this stuff can get snatch the rug right out from underneath you.
Well, obviously, it doesn't surprise me that Uber is dicking around unpaid fees or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like, it sounds like you have to hand somebody or do a card reader. Like they said something about a coupon book, like at the Wayne County Airport. So you roll up and they see your Uber Black and they're like, "Hey, $10." I mean,
I don't know, man. That is antiquated system.
Yeah, it is.
Sure.
And then Uber's taking $10 out of their. So they're double dipping.
Your driver's $20 in the hole before you ever picks anybody up.
And you do definitely make more on Uber Black and SUV, but not $20 a pickup more.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm saying that would be a huge amount, and I think they were just paying it because they want work. The drivers can't do anything about it. They either do the work or they don't. But now they can't even do the work. They just
I mean, the only thing they can do is go work somewhere else beside the airport. And I don't know how much demand for Uber Black there is anywhere else besides the airport. And
obviously I know they can do X, but these guys got high end cars,
right? Luxury cars, yeah,
it's not worth it. But freaking Uber always trying to
doing Uber share in a big Suburban.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you got to do what you got to do, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to skip the one we'll talk about that on the Patreon.
Okay.
We'll talk about that one. And then I have, if you're thinking about joining the Patreon, or at least if you are already a Patreon member tonight, we talked about an amazing gig last week, and I have some updated news on that. So check it out. All right, so this is oh my god, did I not fucking upload? What? I swear it erased
that update, man. That's what it was.
No, I swear to God, where is it? I put it in. Oh, fuck me. Faith comes in and freaking and she's all excited,
embarrassing us,
and I'm just shit in the bed. Absolutely shit in the bed.
You got him all nervous, Faith.
Yeah, you got me all nervous. Okay, good thing I'm a professional. I can get.
That's right. Bounce right back.
So this is in South Carolina, King Street, and this is what the TikTok got everyone all fucking their panties in a bunch. This zone is currently reserved for Dashers who have completed at least 295 deliveries. So basically they're locking out an area if you're not. I mean, I would say, I don't know the scope of what's an average Dasher amount of deliveries. I have 600. So 295, I would say, is a relatively seasoned DoorDasher. I mean, I guess if you were doing it full time, you could probably do that in 2 weeks. but if you were like a part-time worker, but basically they're saying if you don't have 300 deliveries, you can't work in that area. And I talked about on the TikTok, it just frustrates me that DoorDash is just doing so much to force you to take the shitty orders. And a lot of the commenters on the TikTok couldn't get that through their head. They're like, oh, heaven forbid they reward people that do good work, blah, blah. They kept going on. And then somebody said, oh, you just want a handout. I'm like, no, motherfucker. I just want to get on the platform and let me choose the orders I want. I'm fine rewarding those drivers with quote unquote high paying orders. I'm okay with that. Yeah. That's fine with me. But locking me out of the platform or an area, like let's say it was where I live and now I can't, because I didn't have enough deliveries. I can't work there.
Yeah. And then what's weird to me is they're doing this, but at the same time, we know that recently, like they've opened things up in some ways, like, like being able to get, like I could never used to get on DoorDash unless it was like the hour or two right at meal times, and that was it. And now I can get on anytime.
I can get on anytime. It's just, and I'm like, and everyone's like, oh, you need to be a better performer. I'm like, listen, motherfucker, I'm not a W-2 job. Okay. I'm not doing that. I want to cherry pick. I want to be able to pick what I want. I want to be able to go where I want. If you decide behind the scene algorithm that you send me the shitty orders, well, then I guess I lose out. Right. But at least give me the option to deny the shitty orders. Yeah. Like they just wanted to give themselves like a pat on the back because we take every order. I'm like, good for you, dumbass. You're losing money, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's their choice. If that's what they want to do, it's the same way,
well, that's why I want my choice. If it's your choice to take everything, that's great. I don't hate on you.
No,
like, if you want to do that, great. That takes one less away from me. But let me decide if I want to take those or not.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Faith says the same thing. These actions just make them act more like an employer. I know that's what I said. DoorDash wants us to be W-2s.
They're always moving that way. All the apps keep, seems like they move that way.
I mean, I don't mind some of that, but when you start locking me out all over the place, like no one's going to use your app. And I guess maybe that's what they want. They want a bunch of minions to just like, okay, sir, I'll do it. Like, you're a slave to the app. Like, don't freaking do that shit. So,
yeah, I mean, we should always have access to the platform because by God, we have DoorDash hoodies.
Yeah, I was hoping when I tagged DoorDash, like us, my 500 people that follow me, that they would send me one, but they didn't even reach out. Those jerks.
I tell you what, man.
I know.
What are we gonna do?
We're not gonna do anything. We're just gonna keep plugging away.
Thank
you guys so much for joining. Little quiet. Didn't see Traveler tonight. A lot of our regulars, and then Faith scared them off. They heard Faith was coming, and she's kicked the door in and said, "This is my room." God damn it.
That's right. She is Laura. She is in charge.
Yes. And so we are gonna sign off. Larry, gig work this weekend.
This weekend, up in there, maybe going to St. Louis to see another Battlehawks game with my son, but we're not positive because it depends on the weather. If the weather's good, he's going to a beer festival.
Oh yeah, and you're not going for a hockey game or whatever you're going
it's football game.
Football game. You're going to get that freaking sweatshirt.
Well, I was trying to make it sound like I want to go see my son, but
but it's really you want to DoorDash it up.
Unfortunately, it's like in the 80s here. I don't know that I'll be wearing it. Although I'll bring it to work because usually our air is like ice cold at work. Although we were informed today that Monday they're doing some work on our side of the campus and our air is going to be off for about 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
Yeah.
Ooh. Could they have done it in the fucking winter?
Hey, it's been a week, man. I told you I was tired. We were moving all this stuff. They're trenching this huge trench. We got 2 buildings under reconstruction. They're trenching, and yesterday they hit our main internet line.
Oh, Judas!
Or the power that goes to our building where our main internet comes in, and they busted through a gas line.
Oh, great professionals!
Yeah.
There's a number you call 411 or whatever.
They had it all marked. There was a big discussion. I'm sure it'll probably end
Somebody's losing their job.
They show that it wasn't marked. The other company says it was marked. I don't know.
Boy.
It's not my fight to fight, but it's so funny because at the end of every semester we have a kind of end of semester celebration. We have an awards. We have a breakfast that morning. So we had that yesterday morning. And then the rest of the day, they have professional development for all employees. So you can either in person or online, you can go, you attend these like 45-minute professional development classes on different subjects. Right in the middle of those, man, when whole campus lost internet. Whole campus lost. The one building is the worst building they could have hit. So they sent everybody else home at 2 yesterday. I mean, IT did not get to go home at 2 o'clock yesterday.
Of course.
Because we had to get, they finally brought a generator in, everything got going. So we had to, servers, when they go down like that, it's not good. They don't come up like they're supposed to.
Damn.
Yeah.
Thanks for that lesson. I appreciate that on IT.
There you go.
Motherfucker. All right. As always, go join the Patreon, you bitch.
That's right.
Always, don't put up with anyone's bullshit.
And we'll see you on the road, and follow us on TikTok.
Follow us on TikTok and look for us in our sweatshirts in the middle.
Join the Patreon.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.